Welcome to Stock Invest, your go-to channel for market insights before the opening bell. Today, we are looking at United States stock futures inching higher as investors brace for critical inflation data and Federal Reserve interest rate decisions. As of early Monday, futures for the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and Dow Jones have all moved up slightly, reflecting cautious optimism amid a softening labor market and expectations of upcoming Federal Reserve rate cuts. Last week's softer-than-expected August nonfarm payroll numbers highlighted a cooling labor market, reinforcing the likelihood that the Federal Reserve will reduce rates by at least 25 basis points in mid-September. Despite some market retreat, the S&P 500 remains near record highs. However, September typically brings weaker market sentiment, and factors like tariffs, bond yield spikes, and artificial intelligence sector caution may temper investor enthusiasm. This week's most anticipated event is the release of the United States Consumer Price Index for August, a key inflation indicator that could influence Federal Reserve policy. Expectations are for a slight acceleration in price growth to 2.9%. The Federal Reserve faces a challenging balancing act, with inflation still above target and a labor market showing signs of slowing. This raises concerns about stagflation, which combines high inflation, weak growth, and elevated unemployment. Federal officials, including Chair Jerome Powell, have suggested prioritizing labor market conditions, which may lead to rate cuts aimed at stimulating investment and hiring despite inflation risks. On the international front, political developments are also impacting market sentiment. In France, a confidence vote on Prime Minister François Bayrou's fiscal plan is expected to test government stability. Bayrou's ambitious deficit reduction targets and proposed reforms have faced strong opposition, leading to rising government bond yields and uncertainty about France's economic outlook. In Japan, political instability increased as Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba announced his resignation as leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, following electoral setbacks for the coalition. Ishiba's departure opens the door to a leadership contest amid concerns over Japan's economic direction, with immediate market reactions including a weaker yen and mixed movements in the Nikkei 225 index. Energy markets also grabbed attention as oil prices surged after OPEC Plus agreed to a modest increase in production, signaling cautious optimism about supply amid global demand concerns. Brent crude and United States West Texas Intermediate futures both rose significantly, reflecting the market's reaction to OPEC Plus raising output by a smaller amount than earlier this year's larger hikes. Thanks for watching Stock Invest. If you want to stay ahead with timely market updates and insights, do not forget to press the notification bell so you never miss an important video.